Well, hello. It's been a hot minute, and we apologize. Life's given all of us a bit of the old 1-2 and has hit us rather hard. So, because of that, we've been a little bit down on sessions, and therefore down on recordings. Don't worry, we should be back in business. So, with that out of the way, let's get the usuals done, shall we? Greetings and salutations and greetings. We're delighted to see that you've returned for our 4th episode in this installment. You might have noticed I've kept some of the mistakes in. Part of this is because I've realized that I learned this game wrong. I originally played it with a group of individuals, and all of us have come to realize that, quite frankly, we weren't playing it correctly. Because of this, I've gone back and started to relearn the game, especially the juice mechanic and the help and hurt mechanic. We're still not 100% on par yet, as this episode takes place a little bit before I fully come to the realization that, we're still not doing things correctly. Because of that, some things may appear a little bit wonky or janky, and we do apologize. Also, this episode comes after a bit of a break, and the majority of us are still kind of getting back into the throw of things, me especially as the DM. So some of the storytelling and some of the mechanics is a little bit off. We do apologize, and we are trying to fix that and better ourselves in the stylization of this game. If there's any tips, hints, or lovely little teachings that you could show us in the comments down below, please do feel free to comment. We're always willing to learn new features of this game, as we do rather enjoy this type of rule set. Apologies, the word didn't come to me straight off. This type of rule set. So, without further ado, we present to you Sirens Through the Fog, Episode 4, Warehouse, Part 1. Please enjoy. In this, again, normally, we haven't gotten to do it yet, and I'm not going to make you guys do it this time because we were off for nearly half a month. But normally there would be the introduction from one of the characters. Next session will be the one where we actually finally get one. So long as next session is next week or the week after and not 5 weeks after.
Last time we had a basically little vacation in the doctor's office, as we just relaxed in there for a couple of weeks.
And I do remember the doctor losing his temper with, yeah.
Kira.
I myself felt very fucking bad about that. Like, I felt really bad.
It's okay. Kira's just gonna take advantage of the situation, get a nice hot shower, make some food and some tea for herself.
You know what? Get down with your bad self. He'll probably be like, yeah, I deserve this.
I mean, there's a reason why she called you a stuck-up doctor, rich dick.
I did kind of realize, though, that Nora's kind of thing was centered around Iggy at the end of last session, because Iggy called her.
Yes, and sadly Iggy is not here, so that call's not going out. I'll explain next time why that call's not going out when Fred's here to play Iggy. But you're not getting a phone call from Iggy at the moment.
Cool.
We'll give it
I'm
some
just
time.
Arrogant dude.
Yep. In this, though, you're correct. Last time, the group had interrogated the drug dealer that they had kidnapped after frying some men, burning them to death, and you had interrogated him. And by you, I do mean Nora. The siren had used her vocal abilities to make him feel at ease, make him feel more trusting. And he had given some rather decent and valuable information. He explained to the party that he worked for a group called the Golden Cartel, and that he was distributing Jackal, his boss being one Donnie Carmichael, a name that you've heard before. You also discovered a little bit more about the Sunshine Gang, the possible thieves of the jewels that you're looking for, the 3 princes that belong to the Guardian. In specific, you learned about Adrian Cardoza and how he's got a bit of a twitchy personality and lives in Bricktown, in an apartment across the street from the graveyard, a place that some of you have been to before, as it was the place that you had fought El Kukui. As well as another individual, a part of the gang, named Centrani, who you had also known a little bit about, but now you know a little bit more, as Centrani and Cardoza tend to fight one another, arguing about who really has the power in the gang. With that in mind, and I do believe that Nora did tell you, the majority of you, this information, the only one that I don't think would know it would be Iggy. With that in mind, Lowen, you looked into the mirror, just having fun with your malleable face. And as you did, you saw something behind you, something tall and skinny with a humanoid body but black tendrils sort of wrapping around in the air. And as you looked back, it wasn't there, but it was in the mirror, reflecting through the mirror, and we ended with it saying the simple word, "Pray." What does Lowen do?
Probably the most Jesus Christ thing ever, getting away from here.
Wait, so are you walking on water or turning water into wine?
I am jumping as far back as the room will allow.
Ah, so we're not feeding the 5,000 here.
No.
We're walking on water that's
Sorry, you said the
becoming
most Jesus
wine.
Christ thing, and I had to.
We are in fact walking on water, and it is turning into wine. Yes, you all see as Lowen jumps back, kind of with a yelp. None of you see the thing at the moment.
The doctor will just kind of turn his attention over there, half making sure nothing is broken or falling, while in the process of rolling up his sleeves to start preparing some kind of food because I haven't eaten today.
Lowen? Lowen, are you
Jokes
alright?
on you. Kira is in the middle of your fridge pulling out meats and cheeses for sandwiches.
Is there wasabi?
I don't know. She's like, "Oh, this looks good. Oh, this is good," and is just pulling it out.
It would mostly be non-perishables, because he would not. He wouldn't really eat a whole lot in his own home, just because he's always at the office.
Stereotypical of a doctor.
They're like, Lowen, are you alright? What's going on?
Shadow monster thing in the mirror.
I'll go. Nora looks at the mirror with a certain level of not again.
The white lady will just stand up, walk over to the mirror, see if it's bolted to the wall first things first, or if it's just hanging there.
It's bolted.
Do you have some kind of cloth or something we could just put over this for now?
Yes.
Something preferably heavy duty that it'll have a very hard time removing.
There's a comforter on the bed. Would that work? It would be one of those like heavy like goose down comforters that you see in like show houses.
I'm British. What's a comforter?
Top blanket.
like-
Big top blanket.
Big top blanket.
Yeah, big blanket.
Top sheet.
She'll go
I-
get that.
Is that what they call it over in England? Is
It's
it a
just
top sheet?
no, we don't call it anything like that. We just say blankets. Or
Ah. Oh, a throw. Yeah, I've heard that.
She'll go fetch that.
Yeah, a comforter is just a really big, heavy blanket that you use for like really cold nights.
Look, all I know is she said something about something in the mirror, and if I had $1 for every time something came out of a mirror at us, I'd only have like $2 or $3, which isn't that much, but it's weird it's happened to her 3 times.
I'm not going near that fucking mirror. Like, I've been dragged into a mirror too many times.
This is why I don't have mirrors in my house.
Either for this exact reason.
I thought it was because of a money issue.
No, I have a lot of money. I keep telling you. I just save it.
Do you really have it if you're saving it, though?
Yes.
You're saying this like loudly from the bedroom and she's getting the blanket before just returning and just like tossing it over the mirror.
Not everybody splurges.
It's less a splurge and more. Look, being a historian
Doctor-
is a costly job, okay?
Mhm.
Dr. Ariadne is going to kind of like butt in and he's going to say, it's not really a splurge, it's more of just living with class. And he kind of looks over in like ladies' direction. Kind of like
I mean-
you get it.
I mean a bit of that too.
Having
but,
like having things that you want because you want them.
I mean
But
a
what's
bit
the
of that, but I have to spend a lot to get research notes and certain documents and certain artifacts sent to my house so that I can study them for my job.
What's the point in having, like, all that stuff, though, if you just have to keep moving around?
When was the last time you moved? Aside, you know what I
I mean-
mean.
Last time I moved was probably about a year ago.
Last time I moved was. We don't talk
Never?
about that. I
don't-
obviously moved when this situation happened, given my house kind of burned down.
That's fair.
Huh.
But I was raised to be frugal, and live ready to move at a moment's notice.
Anyway, I feel like we're getting very off track at the moment.
Please, either break the mirror or like
You
Cover
can't
it
do that,
with-
that's bad luck.
I don't fucking care about
Well,
that.
I'll break it then.
We
I'm
could
done.
always,
Speaking of bad luck.
we could always
You
break.
the doctor kind
care-
of turning with a half point toward Kira. You are a bad luck charm in yourself.
We could always spray paint the mirror.
Exactly. That's why I told you to let me break it.
After all, a mirror can't be a mirror if it's not reflective.
I guess that's true. But I was gonna say, like, I just don't want a fucking mouse dragging me into a mirror again. Or a creepy long-armed man with like a crooked neck and a crooked spine.
Oh, you know, what's his name as well? Apparently you had an issue with him in the mirror.
Which one?
You know, you, me, and Amy, we went to that house, there was the whole thing, you went to the apartment and almost got
Oh.
yourself killed.
Right, him.
The doctor will
No,
take
that
the
wasn't-
comforter off his bed and will just throw it over the frickin' mirror.
Oh, I'd already done so.
Just
Sure.
Yeah, the white lady
kind of
is
like
already.
okay.
Adding another comforter.
Yeah,
it's already been done.
whatever makes them comfortable.
That wasn't a mirror. That was yeah, he came out of a pot. It was a weird.
Oh,
quite literal resistance I had to do there to say, what the hell's he doing coming out of a raccoon?
Don't. Don't bring her into this.
So, we've got information. We've got the leads now. Which do we act on first?
I think the docks is a good place to start. If we can find where it's being manufactured, maybe we can get some information out of those there.
Plus, if we do this, it gets us out of this house, gets us away from the miller, solves two issues at the same time.
I have to warn you all, though, I'm not much of a fighter, so...
No, you're more of a shield.
So what kind of Irish woman are ye? Don't fucking fight. What the hell?
Wish I could argue at that point.
That was an interesting one.
I wish I could argue.
Sound half Irish, half black.
Oh no, I totally went to like pirate that can't fully speak English. Are ye?
You know what? We could have practice for how long? Give me a break.
the discount Jack Sparrow.
Hey, I promise I won't shit in your bed.
I
Oh my god.
I could argue with being a shield, but the amount of times my wings have had chainsaws or bullets or swords or claws.
You look more squishy than shieldy.
I look squishy, but it's surprisingly misleading. My wings are pretty tough.
It's just a good job that they sent a reform each time you pop them
Oh,
back
that-
out, otherwise they'd be scarred up as everything.
It still hurts like a bitch.
Oh, no doubt. Don't worry though, you don't have to tank on my behalf.
I do if there's raw iron. That's what happened with the fucking chainsaw!
Half ride chainsaw.
The chainsaw.
How would that even work?
I don't know. But it could hurt her, so.
Lowen, how does any of this work?
That is a good question. I've been resisting the urge of poking you because I know that you're not really physical.
I'm physical, I just can choose not to be.
Let's get physical, physical. Da, da, da. Oh, sorry. I'm just getting
It's
back
just
to
coming from
pretending I'm
underneath the
asleep.
freaking comforter.
No, it's just
No, it's Jeff. It's
on
Jeff.
the table.
Yeah, it's just Jeff on the table.
They're singing to you now.
Physical. Da, da, da. I'm a goat, mongoose, so screw you.
Trust me, you get used to it.
Me and Jeff have lovely chats over tea and Pop-Tarts, so.
I have seen the center
Yes,
of
that-
the universe. I have gazed into the void, and the void has gazed back. It had googly eyes.
Did you just say hello to it?
Hello to what?
Are you sure it wasn't just him?
No, it did. No. It had googly eyes. God has googly eyes!
Like cartoony googly eyes or those weird plastic googly eyes.
Kind of like a mixture of both.
Okay. The doctor just kind of chimes in with that, and he calls the elevator and he goes, "Shall we?" Kind of clasping his hands back together, waiting for the elevator to come up.
I guess so.
We can walk and talk.
Time to go throw ourselves at danger again, I guess.
Technically speaking, we're always in danger. It's just different levels.
Yeah, but there's a difference between passively being in danger and literally running towards it.
I mean, they used to be, but is there really any difference in that nowadays with us?
I'd still say there is. Because we're not actively looking for trouble most of the time.
Speak for yourself.
I do speak for myself.
I mean, I wasn't looking for trouble, but you guys found me.
Technically, the other guy found you.
Good point. And then he kind of sort of posted me to you guys.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I'm
both-
just kind of scratching your chin.
He has a habit of doing that.
Oy.
I have a habit of doing what?
He's not really here. Shut up.
Just like jump looking into
It's just looks over at Nora. Did you leave your phone on? Did you remember
No.
to hang up last time you talked to him?
Yes, it's been
Is he
hours.
not just sitting inside the phone, maybe?
No.
We just looked at the mirror. He's just underneath the blanket as well. Now you could just see his legs sticking out. The hell are we doing this? Lewin, I'm assuming you're on the motorbike again?
Yeah.
Nola, you've got your car.
Yep.
Are
My
we doing
love
are we doing
vintage
the-
vehicle.
are we doing the usual trick of the Irish going in the Irish car?
What
I
the?
don't
I
care.
don't want her
Loud
in my
ride.
car.
I'm going to rip. Oh wait, you're pretty metaphysical. Fuck. I can't rip your dick off.
I mean, we don't have one, but you know.
Fair.
Either
Well,
Problem
neither do
solved.
ghosts.
My metaphorical being is bigger than everyone's.
These two, and he's going to motion to the. God dang it, Kira and
no.
Nora?
Nora. Thank you. Brain completely stopped. He's going to motion to Kira and Nora, and he's going to say, "These two can ride together and make friends."
Hey, just
I
because
feel
we're
like there
Irish,
was air quotes. with
Our
that.
nose.
It'll
That's
be a
it.
lovely bonding experience for them.
that's a bit presumptuous.
Well, she clearly doesn't like you. He
No,
says
I
kind of.
don't know any of you from a cake of soap.
Did you just say a keg of soap?
Well, it is clear you don't know how to use soap either. It's all right.
Is it?
I was saying, just because we're both Irish,
So,
that's a bit presumptuous.
It's like saying all Chinese people like each other. Or
No,
German.
no. I'm saying that they don't like each other.
Ah.
Clearly.
What he's saying is it'd be more entertaining if the people that don't like each other and are constantly arguing were in the same car while everybody else is in another car.
Care for
Thank you.
I don't particularly care for her from a shit on the street.
Well, look at you, ritzy titsy fucker.
I'm just imagining this is all just going down as we're just descending in the elevator. Just with the elevator music playing in the background.
I'll put actual elevator in it.
Who did you for a dick?
Seth is just trying to avoid everyone.
In the back of the elevator, looking away from everybody.
Yep. He is staring intently at something on the wall that probably isn't even there.
And being ignored, she's gonna come up and lightly tap him in the back of the shin with her toe. Oi, I'm talking to ye.
What do you want?
You work with the piggies. What have you found out about all the shit that's going on?
Work with the piggies.
Or are y'all corrupt? And you partake as well?
Seth's just gonna look at her. I'm assuming, is Kira like teenager or
Oh, she's 25. She's an adult.
shorter, taller?
She's about 5'5".
Okay, probably looking her in the eye then. I was gonna say I
You're
looked
playing a
down
short
on
character?
her.
I mean, for someone that's 5'2", that's short.
Oh yes, a couple inches means I'm gonna be looking like directly down on you. You know. No, I have some spacers in my shoes that make me a little bit taller. Uh, he's just gonna look at Kira. I know about as much as here.
So you're saying you're a rookie?
I'm saying I just started this case today.
You realize how long this has been going on?
You realize I could tear out your heart, yes?
Oh, I think you'd be running for the hills crying for your wee mama before you get to do that.
Is an instant just urge at the mention of tearing out heart. You can feel them under your skin. They want it. Empty threat or not, you've excited them.
Right, bad terminology. And he's just going to make almost like an over-exaggerated shoulder shrug, just trying to shrug it off.
Oh, looks like you need to go to a massage therapist. Working too long at the desk?
Wow, you take things way too literally.
Because I'm an asshole.
Oh my! I am not saying that.
Oh, I thought you were saying that in character.
How many more floors
Just
before we hit the
what you
bottom?
want.
I was about to say, damn, she's trying to start a fight with everyone.
Took her from the street, but she was in the middle of working and gave her no other choice.
The metal doors open as the elevator hits the parking garage. At this
It's not
point
even
in
waiting
time-
while this argument's going. As soon as the metal doors open, she's just phasing through the other doors. Just being like, right to the cars.
Straight, yep.
Yeah,
straight
the
through.
doctor is also walking at a brisk like hospital type pace, so like GTFO out my way kind of pace, and it's almost like I need to get away from them.
Yeah, I imagine Lone's probably walking similarly, but she does have a pretty long stride, so she doesn't have to force it as much.
Nora's just walking over to her car, like, normally. I will mention, Nora's not in she's in normal clothes at the moment.
Street clothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yummy.
Kira pulls out her mask and pulls it back up over her face and follows the doctor to his car.
Fair.
As you all enter your respected automobiles.
Sigh under my breath as I go.
You and Seth both.
Let me get this right. Lowen, you're on your motorcycle, right?
Yep.
Seth, Lady, and Doctor, you all are in the same car, correct?
Along
Yes.
with Kira, by the sounds of things, yes. Or at least Kira's trying to rapidly pull the door off while the doctors lock the door, probably.
Oh, okay. Is Kira getting in the car with you guys? I may have misheard what she said.
Yeah, she's following the doctor to his car.
Then in that case,
Son of a bitch.
Nora, you're in your car.
Alone.
Alone.
Yep.
I would like to state, as you guys get going, you did leave a lone gangster alone in the doctor's apartment, tied up to a chair in a
Tied up?
dark room. This is
With God knows whatever on the other side of a mirror.
Fine, he's
Yep.
got the mailer for company.
it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
You know, thinking about that, can I do a thing?
What's the thing?
I would like to try to pull a Titan up.
Oh lord, I'm scared.
Sure.
I'm actually not going to choose like a specific one because that makes the roll harder.
Sure. Roll me change the game.
Oh, so I don't know what to be in this car anymore.
Change the game -1 because it's uncontrollable.
Hang on, I gotta
It's the first roll back for a couple of weeks.
Hey, you know what? We got to start with a little chaos. What is the change of the game? That's 2d6, right? -1.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, 2d6.
2d6 -1, or a 1d12.
Hang on. Okay, that is a 9.
Okay. I have to re-pull up the doctor's chart. I
There
have it,
is
and I actually changed
2,
it.
3, 4. Yeah, there's 12. So you roll a d12 and you gotta get whoever it is.
Yes. So in that, go ahead and roll me the d12 because you are managing to pull one up.
Okay, I rolled 7s. 1, 2. Titan of
Okay.
Resolve and Intelligence. Coeus, I think it is. I could be pronouncing it completely wrong.
I believe it is Sois. Let me double check.
Sois?
Let me double check.
Yeah, I suck at words, and so choosing things that are written originally in Greek
fair,
is not.
this is a dead dialect of Greek that no longer exists. So
Goes.
yeah, it's Kos.
Kos?
It is Kos, apparently, according to Google. In this, as you pull at the chains within, you do feel enlightened. You feel not as big of a pressure as the other ones tend to form. This one's calmer, older a little bit, and wiser. Doesn't speak straight off the bat, though. It's almost waiting.
The doctor will let out a deep sigh. I'm glad it's you. He will say, "Can you, in your wisdom, tell me where the failing points are within my home for the man that we have tied up?"
Cois will excuse me. He will reveal to you that due to the length, the size of the apartment, due to the fact that you're at the very top, and it should be stated he's not speaking to you, and yet you're understanding what he's meaning.
Yes.
There are no words, but you understand the imagery and the feelings as he reveals to you that the only way that Louis, as he had introduced himself to Nora, could escape the apartment is through the front doors which lead to the elevator, or he could learn to fly and crash through the windows.
And the front doors are locked,
Mm-hmm.
and the elevator requires my key to access.
Mm-hmm.
We're fine.
Wonderful.
Yes.
The doctor, in like the pitch black of his mind, is like the way I imagine this imagery is like when the doctor goes to pull at the chains, it's like a big black void, and he's standing on like a glass table, and it's like when you grab strings from the middle of the cups, that game where you don't know which string you're pulling and you're pulling something. He just grabs one and pulls, and sometimes they pull back, other times they come up, but it's always noisy. And so he's just going to say thank you and gently put the chain back, because Cois, isn't
the
a dick.
chain goes back. I mean, fair. And Koas returns to his prison. And the party begins to drive. We're going to the port, right? We're going to the lighthouse district?
Yes.
Are we going to the lighthouse or are we going to the warehouses?
Think we were going to the warehouse.
Okay.
It sounds about right for Joy to find out more about this guy, right?
So you're not looking for the dealer, you're looking for the distribution center, correct?
That would be preferred, but
Okay.
depends on where the mass is going at the moment.
So, as you drive through the city, driving from downtown to the port, you can see in the distance the large lighthouse that illuminates the open sea. You can see as you get closer the various different large warehouses. Some of you have been to the warehouses before in interesting situations with friends that are no longer alive, or no longer in this plane of existence, it should be said at least. A lot of people use the warehouses in the warehouse district, whether for legal or non-legal reasons. It tends to be a hub of various different companies, industries, and organizations. On 2 accounts, a giant crocodile monster was fought here by 2 separate groups that eventually became one. As you get closer and closer, you can feel the change in the air as you go from the downtown, almost lived-in air. You go more to a coastal. The air is cooler here as the water hits against the land, the ocean beating against the earth.
It's been a while since I've been back here.
Are you going straight into the warehouse area, or are you going to park outside of the gates?
If this is a place that the doctor has been to or has been called to for meetings, or if this is kind of like a marina type thing, then the doctor would probably have some kind of like parking that he has there.
Okay. So then, and
Nothing fancy. I don't have like a yacht or anything. I want a yacht, but I don't have one.
Nora would park outside the gates
okay.
and then catch up with the others if necessary.
I would say that as you park outside of the gate, the doctor would park closer to the boardwalk, which isn't too far from where you parked, luckily. Lowen, where are you parking your special brand Harley Pith motorcycle?
Harley motorcycle. Do you think that I could stow it away to keep vagrants from getting it, or it getting got by the bad guys?
What exactly do you mean stowed away? Like hidden out of sight, in a sense?
No, the other thing.
Oh, in that. Theoretically, yes. Are you willing to do so in the open with the other party members able to see it?
I mean, she nonchalantly went and took a bath.
That's fair. That's fair. You did nonchalantly go and take a bath. So what I'm going to say is, as the others turn into the marina, as you go to turn, you don't end up in the marina. As you exit eyesight, you instead end up in the pocket dimension.
I imagine due to the change in atmosphere, there's probably like a breeze or something that occurs due to it.
I mean, there's a breeze outside too. You're by the coast. There's always a breeze by the coast. But, yeah. There's a soft sound, though, as the fabric of time and space is ripped asunder so that you can store your motorcycle.
I would imagine that in this space, because all the Titans are, like, their voices are playing in his head constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that in this space so close to a large body of water that Oceanus would probably be the loudest voice.
Very much so. Very much so.
Because his entire domain is the primal seas and the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So the doctor might kind of like hold his head periodically, kind of like almost like a nuisance.
It's a good job you don't need to drive then.
It's like, I remember coming down here as a kid.
The boardwalk used to be beautiful. It used to be gorgeous. There used to be various different stores and attractions and a Ferris wheel and a roller coaster. And although a lot of that still exists, it's not kept up with the times, especially the Ferris wheel, which is no longer in operation but still stands as a monument to the past.
Yeah, I remember coming here. My mother used to give me some money, leave me on the boardwalk, and go do whatever she was down here to do.
Never really came down here myself much, but well, we want to get into that kind of thing. She's just gonna look around. Is the warehouse that she was in last time she was here still standing, or is it still in a very burnt, disrepaired look?
It is standing. It has been long enough of a time since you first entered the warehouse for them to reconstruct it and fix it up. So it's back and standing. Although you can see it is owned by different people now. As there's a company logo on the side. Ironically, a company that you have heard of before, as they were the company that bought the Dark House estate, which is Dark Industries.
There's that name again. Still, it's good to see that they did a good job repairing it after last time with the fire and cockadillo.
Can you say that name again, please?
Cockadillo.
And a cock-a-doodle-doo to you too.
Are they a rooster?
No.
Talking about that.
Either way, whereabouts would they be, do you think?
Well, we were told what warehouse they were in, so
I assume that we're not guns a-blazing it.
oh no.
No.
Guns a-blazing is something I would rather not do.
To be perfectly honest, I don't exactly know. I can't just go up and talk my way in. I mean,
what are we looking for? Could someone remind me? Because I am dumb.
the warehouse where manufacturing everything to get more information.
Yeah, what are they manufacturing? Is it drugs or
Jackal. It's a drug.
Well, the doctor has low-level fame.
I have low-level fame.
Yeah. So
I
we
mean,
could just present ourselves as buyers.
I am a historian, I suppose. In certain circles, I've got some kind of fame.
Kira is going to kind of be slightly listening, but she's looking up on the rooftop, seeing if there's an easy way to climb up and get in.
Then again, I wouldn't need to go present. I can just enter through the back or the side or
Yeah.
pick a wall.
Given the right circumstance, I can probably just talk us in there somehow. If we, stick to our guns with it.
To
Have you
to
had
answer a
regular
question
dealings with these individuals?
that, before we get on that, to answer a question that was asked, Kira, these are rather tall buildings in the very simple sort of warehouse design, that rectangular building with the triangle sort of roofs. These buildings is a combination of concrete and steel, and it's not the easiest to climb up, which is a good and a bad. It means you probably wouldn't be able to sneak up to the top, but also means that other people wouldn't be able to be at the top watching.
Oh,
I haven't.
I do have. Apologies. Go ahead.
I haven't had extensive dealings with them, but as you saw, or well heard, I guess, I can be very charming. That's my whole shtick.
Are
Aside
there
from the Halloween
possible
scenes.
Are there possible patients that the doctor would recognize, or even hospital staff, maybe walking by on their way in, that he would notice?
Towards
Because
the
I do have,
warehouse?
I do have connections.
It should be stated
What
there's
is-
not a lot of people here at the warehouses. What people you have seen are working the dock, but you don't really see anybody to and from their warehouses. These are storage facilities, primarily used for imports and exports. Some industries store machines here as well that are not in use, and other things too. So there's not a massive amount of medical staff, nor is there a massive amount of employees currently there at the moment, as it is around nighttime-ish, if I remember correctly.
is.
So I wouldn't say your connections would be all too useful in this scenario.
Well, I'm burnt.
I think I have an idea. Well, we're not just buyers, we're sellers. I
So,
have connected in a lot of clubs that they don't.
Hmm.
If I could possibly convince them that I could be an in for them to get
That is
into
a good idea. That's good thinking, Nora.
I mean, that gets us in, but what then? Like, what are we looking for in there exactly?
more information on what they're doing, how they're moving it, why are they moving it so aggressively now compared to before.
So what you're saying is we're looking for some kind of offices or any kind of documentation.
Yes, well,
Got it.
me and
She's gonna start
possibly-
walking towards the warehouse.
I was about to say, I could help you out with that. Any riffraff?
Is there
Yeah,
Santa? Is there light? Like, is there light that we can see coming from the warehouse?
There are no windows to these warehouses.
Cracks under the door, maybe?
To the warehouse that you see in general, though, this is a fairly solid sealed door, but you could roll me an investigation if you'd like.
I'm gonna do that.
It's like, well, I was gonna say, while me and perhaps someone else kept them busy, the rest could look for any leads, perhaps.
Santa, that is an 11 for investigation.
Okay, there's 11. And with the basic, let me make sure, because 11's cool. Okay, so to answer your question, there are no lights coming from beneath the door. Although if you were to get closer, you could probably hear sounds emanating from the inside. But you don't see any illumination.
Damn it. I was going to say, Thea would allow me to see what is happening in the warehouse if there was light inside of it. Granted, it would be a gamble to try and pull her, but that was an idea. I think we should go with Nora's idea, and we should probably do something before Lady walks through the wall.
Yes, I have an idea. Doctor, maybe, I don't know who's coming with me.
I'll go with you.
Kira just folds her arms and just scoffs under her breath and just follows the people.
Okay. Lowen, are you any good at sneaking around?
Say that again? Gwen
Are you
kind of
any
took it.
Are you any good at sneaking around?
Eh, I've got some tips and tricks.
Maybe
Well,
help.
that's my idea.
Huh?
I've been trying to speak and y'all are talking over me.
I'm sorry.
I actually have not heard you come across at all. I'm sorry.
I haven't heard you either. I'm sorry.
No, this isn't out of character. This is in character. Like, Kira's trying to talk and she just sees everyone walking away from her and she's like, what the fuck?
Oh, I thought you meant you were trying to speak and then none of us have actually heard.
She was.
Oh, I didn't hear her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It didn't pop up for me at all that you guys had spoken. So sorry. Go.
Hmm.
No, it's picking up. It picked up fucking Gizzy. I'm pretty sure it's picking you up.
Well, I don't know. So, the riffraff, kind of dripping that with a little bit of venom, they don't like Farah. They basically run. So if I walk in there and I have you, Nora, in there behind me, we could do a little bit of negotiation to talk to the manager.
Less a good cop, bad cop, and more a good customer, bad customer situation.
We don't. I don't know. We're not exactly trying to intimidate them right off the bat. If that makes sense. We're trying to come in as customers on good terms.
See, usually customers, they really don't go to the distribution. They that's not how that works. They go to the individuals that are on the streets. They don't go to the direct distribution people.
They do if it's a power move. Hey, I
And
know.
we are high-profile customers.
We're not going to deal with any just street carrier.
If I'm purchasing product, I want it to be the highest quality I can get.
Exactly.
If you're so high profile, why aren't you disguised? Do you really want your subordinates to realize that their best ranking doctor is buying whatever the fuck this does? You really want that?
The doctor will look at Kira, let out a small sigh, and then return to his car to go put on a different suit. Face still revealed, but he'll come back with a different suit on.
She's going to face pump. You
Just
need to
a
hide your fucking face.
Trent,
You hide your
You're-
feces there.
can you write down below second suit? You have a suit now in your car.
Where
Put
under
this as a
what?
story put it as a story tag in the little tags down below. You have a suit in your car that's your actual normal suit, and then this suit. Because if they're gonna see you in this suit, it's gonna be a little bit suspicious.
Yep.
When they see you later in this suit.
I mean, it would probably have some form of type of domino mask, but he wouldn't put that on until he needs to, until later.
The fact he has a domino mask is funny.
I have a very specific image. of
Very, very Incredibles of him.
that. Unless someone wants to take a real good look, they're not going to notice it's me right away.
Kira just shakes her head. So are we going with the following the fear? We want to talk to the manager or not?
I guess it's come as muscle. It's just, if you've been in direct opposition to their people, they might take that the wrong way. Like if
Usually
you've been
give them a chance to either they give me the money they've made, or they leave the plane of existence.
That's
Either
exactly the point I'm making. If you've been in direct opposition and actively crippling their, cash, they're not gonna be okay seeing you.
Yeah, they'll most likely want to pop a cap in you more so than talk to you.
Not
No.
gonna talk.
They usually don't. Trust me, I've been doing
Brushing,
this for far too long.
brushing his fresh suit a little bit, he's going to say, maybe you're the one that needs a new outfit.
Yeah.
If looks could kill, the doctor would be dead.
Why don't you and I just provide a
Why don't
I am
you,
death. What are you talking about?
Why don't you and Lowen try and find another entrance to get in?
Did I not come through?
Sorry?
A little
You
bit,
did
but
not.
not perfectly.
What did you say?
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna sit over here.
Put the mic in front of your face.
Yes.
Well,
They're sharing a mic at the moment because they just moved into a new house, so a little bit of leeway.
Oh, no, that's fine. What I'm saying is literally shove the mic, like Choco, grab the mic and just
yes,
into
we're
T-Dub's face.
kind of working with limited space at the moment.
Yeah.
Alright. So anyways, try this again. Seth is going to be speaking more so to Kira. Why don't you and I provide a bit of overwatch for everyone else?
She gives the same look to Seth.
It
I may
looks-
function in the shadows, but when it comes to this, I am deep in it. As you people say, balls to the wall.
Well, we're still in it. We just
Who
keep watching.
says-
One, we're not actually in direct contact with anyone in there. At least unless necessary.
At least my presence in there would allow us at least a 5-second head start.
But
It gives them pause for everyone to get the GTFO.
we're trying to talk first, though, not start a fight.
Screet.
We're not looking. I'm not trying to start a fight.
That's exactly
if
what
you-
I'm trying to prevent. So come.
But if
Me.
you go in like that, and they know who you are, it's gonna cause a fight immediately. That's what we're trying to say.
She shakes her head. Go in saying, I ain't gonna kill ye if we get to talk to your supervisor.
They would probably still just shoot on sight.
I'd like to take this moment to say while you guys are arguing, Lowen has started walking off to the side.
Oh, good, Lowen, you can help me try and find the back door entrance. If we can find that and it turns out to be locked, I can get to the other end of it and unlock it for you.
Or I can just pick it. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to notice that their door is going to be magically unlocked.
I mean, it'd still be unlocked.
They're not near us anymore.
Yeah, we're not at.
Yeah, they've walked off already.
You mind giving me a
They-
second to see if the roof has a access door? Later.
Fiora already
Anyway.
checked. Fiora
Really?
already checked the roofs
Yeah.
earlier, and they don't have anything. They're just normal, solid steel roofs.
She climbed to the roof and then climbed back down that quickly.
No, they're
I mean, we have been
triangular. They're triangular roofs. They connect to the walls. These are very basic warehouses. They're not like this isn't like some big glorious building. These are just large iron and steel warehouses by the side of a port to store stuff in.
So they're just big, massive metal buildings.
Basically, yes. That's essentially what they are.
Okay. You go with Seth. Okay? He seems to have an idea. You can provide backup for us if things get bad. But we want to try and convince them first. Talk to them. And I can get us in doing that just with my voice. We don't need to use force. Go on, sorry.
She's going to frustratedly sigh and just storm off to the back of the building. Are you coming, Gumshoe, or are you going to stand there with your dick hanging out?
Going to eat this girl's heart.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
How did we end up with even more of this fucking other group than last time?
Looks to the doctor, it's like, are you ready?
I don't know why you're asking me that.
The doctor will give a slight nod and will place the domino mask over his eyes.
I was asking Jeff, but
I keep forgetting it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hi. I'm here. Just hanging out here on the shoulder. A ghost mongoose. Don't know how you keep forgetting that I'm a ghost mongoose hanging on a shoulder. I'm very easy to notice to those who can notice me. Also, to answer the question, I don't know. You've got bad luck. I've got bad luck. This chick over here's got bad luck. Good taste in food, bad luck.
Go up and knock on the main door.
So you're knocking on the main door.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. As you knock on the main door, there's silence for a couple seconds before it slides a little bit. This very heavy door, you can hear the creaking of the metal against the concrete flooring as it slides, and you see someone kind of look out. Who is it?
Hey, we're new clients here to see, him again. Down by the sea.
Carmelo?
Out of character.
Carmelo, was it? Something like that?
Wasn't it
Carmichael?
was, no, it was one of the two that are always fighting each other.
You're talking about Cardoza and Centrani?
Pedoza.
Centrani, that's it.
Yeah.
Here to see Centrani.
Don't know who the fuck that is.
And I'm gonna use the voice. Like,
Okay.
no, now. There's no need to be so terse. You see, we have a big investment for him, and I need you to let us in so that we can see him.
Could you do me a favor? And could you go ahead and roll me a convince? Oh, hey there. Welcome to the break. Thank you for remaining this long, and I hope that you remain with us for the rest of the show. If you've been enjoying the show, please do leave a like and a subscribe. It would really help let us know that what we're doing is being enjoyed and people are relatively finding it fun. Another thing that we ask, because we are still relatively new to the system, is that if you are experienced and see us making a mistake, please do let us know, especially me, who's the MC, because I'm a little bit of an idiot. But in all of this, we do thank you for watching and hope that you continue to watch throughout the episode. If you've been enjoying this and you want to see more super cool D&D content, we highly suggest the Adventure Archive on Twitch, Downtime Encounters on Twitch and a YouTube channel, both of which will be tagged below, and of course, the Devil Darlings. All links will be in the description down below. Now, without further ado, let us get right back to the game. He's gonna look at you for a second. Think you've got your names mixed up, ma'am. Don't know Centrani, but what is it you're here to buy?
Oh, we're here to buy a certain jackal.
Yeah, you definitely got your name mixed up if you think the name's Centrani. Okay, give me a second, hold on. The door is gonna close slightly. As a couple seconds go by, you can hear slight talking from inside. You can't really make out the words, but you can hear them. Before the door opens up, it rolls open as you see several individuals in what appears to be a makeshift built room guarding this door from the rest of the warehouse. Several of these individuals in the black suits with the golden masks with the black spades on the foreheads of them as they look out at you, the one that had talked earlier looking at you. Okay. Come in.
Kind of go inside. The doctor.
Yes, the doctor is remaining silent and just kind of observing as we walk. No need to talk at the moment unless he absolutely has to.
They begin to close the door. There's about 7 total at the moment in this room, by the way, just to put that out there. As you are led forward, they sort of stop you at a much smaller door, to which 2 of them will flank you guys. One of them will come up. Now, this next bit's formality. We just gotta make sure you ain't got, anything that would cause problems inside. So, gonna ask you first politely just to go ahead and empty your pockets. And then we're gonna go ahead and, do the old TSA maneuver, you know.
The OPSA maneuver. You just hear a rubber glove snapping behind you.
It's like,
Damn it, I had a rubber glove this morning. I don't know what I did.
it's like,
The doctor just gets a wide-eyed look. It's like, oh no, I know what's going to happen. I've done enough proctology exams.
Strange being on the receiving end of one of these.
all I have is my keys and my phone. And my friend here has pretty much the same. We came here to do business, not to start trouble.
Just gotta look over at the other 2. If you're lying, do you want to roll a convince?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, roll me a convince. Same with the +2. Okay. He'll nod.
I mean, technically we are lying because we are kind of here to, like, raid.
That is true.
And so
There's no we in this. There's just you. You're the one lying.
He will nod. There's a bit of a chewing as if he's chewing gum beneath the mask. As he looks to the other. Look armed. Let them through. He'll kind of move to the side.
I mean, except for the doctor's rippling biceps.
As he will press a red button, you'll hear a bzzz as the door clicks and unlocks. It's a very heavy metal singular door, and it is open for you guys to enter.
Like, I kind of lean down to the one. It's like, was it? Sorry, you said I got my names mixed up. Was it Carmichael? The right
Yeah,
name?
that's who you're looking for.
Ah, yes. Sorry about that. I got my names mixed up. Like
No.
you said.
Happens every now and then. Lots of C names in this business. You know, you got Capone, you got Caldieri, you got, Carmichael. Actually, those are the only three I know off the top of my head.
Yes, well.
Yakuza.
Don't know who the fuck that is, but sure.
We'll go inside.
Alrighty. So as you're going inside, this warehouse is rather large, and what you see inside, I must ask how your character's resolves are, because the scene is rather horrific all on its own. The warehouse is multi-layered. The singular solid first floor, along with some higher, taller up second floor that consists of a couple hanging sort of balcony buildings, the warehouse offices, with some bridgeways, some catwalks leading from them, along with some stairs leading down. Upon this first floor, though, amongst some medical equipment and some machines, you see rows and rows, about 3 rows in total, of hospital beds. And each bed is a unconscious individual from adult to child, hooked up to monitors and IV bags with respirators on, each one of them unconscious. Some of them even prepped for surgery. Some of them even already have had surgery. Half-assed, but nothing like the doctor would do, and something that could result in complications later on in life. There are bags of blood in various containers, along with organs and other body parts. You have just walked into what appears to be a butcher shop for human beings, a car parts mechanic for humanoids.
A chop shop?
Basically.
Well, I have to roll on my resolve because this is repulsive.
I don't think Nora would enjoy it, but after seeing Finn's body, I don't think she'll be as horrified. She saw the poor kid literally splattered.
I mean, wouldn't that make her even more so because it might bring up flashbacks?
Drama!
I don't know. I think
The
a lot of what Nora is now is just pushing it down and dealing with it.
the doctor will will clasp his fist, his left hand, bring it to his mouth, and just kind of like trying to keep the vomit in. Looking down at the chop shop, he's going to say something to the effect of, "That's improper storage of organs. Those won't last a day. Piss poor excuse for surgical stitching." And to kind of get his mind away from the mutilated corpses, he's going to actually start just medically assessing them under his breath from where he's at.
As you do this, the Golden Master individual that you had talked to earlier walks in to lead you towards Carmichael. You can also see various other individuals, although they're not wearing golden masks, they're wearing medical gear, scrubs and robes along with medical masks and goggles, as they move various different vials and containers throughout the warehouse. The golden masks dude kind of takes a moment. "Yeah, to be fair, I'm not really used to this kind of thing, but hey, it's what makes the business, right? Anyways, if you guys want to follow me, I'll take you to Carmichael."
Of course.
As you are,
If you don't mind me asking, what's with the hospital beds?
I'm just security, but it's secret ingredient. Yeah, secret ingredient. That's more of a question for the apothecary, not for me.
Well, I just asked. It seems a shame to let such vigor and life go to waste. And as he says that, he is going to use his Visage of Undeath to just kind of see all the souls walking around and all the people that have died.
There are a lot.
It's like,
He's looking at them, and to the ones that can see him, he is kind of looking with sorrow in his eyes, kind of like I am terribly sorry for what's happened to you.
it's like, yes, lead the way. Then we conduct our business and be on our way.
Yeah, follow me. And he begins to walk throughout the rows of the hospital beds up the stairs to one of the offices. As he does, we're going to switch over to the sneak around group. Lowen and White Lady. You are attempting to find the back door, correct?
Yep. Wasn't the other two with us as well?
No, we're not looking for.
No, they are staying as Overwatch,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. So,
Also,
you begin to move around, you do eventually find the back door. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to find. It is a warehouse. It is a smaller door than the front door. It's a small, normal kind of sized door, metal, with a small light that the light bulb is no longer in, no longer connected to. The door itself, though, is locked.
This looks like a job for me. Well,
Are you?
when I say me, I mean, looks like a job for Jeff first and then me. If the coast is clear. It
Of course.
would be kind of hard. You know how it goes. It'd be hard to. It's not so hard to explain a small mongoose. It'd be harder to explain a full human just suddenly appearing in the. Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Use me as the scapegoat, target, thingamabob. Okay.
It's
He
not
kind
like
of-
it's going to affect you, Jeff.
He kind of stretches for a bit. I know, but it's the thought that counts. I might be a ghost, but oh well. I'm not even really a ghost.
You're also being useful and kind of a big part of this team in doing so. Remember, we can't do this without you.
Yeah, you can't do a lot of things without me, and he's going to phase through the door. A couple moments later, his head's going to pop back out. I don't see anything, but the lock's too high up for me. Oh, wait, I can float. Oh, well.
While this is happening, Lowen's gonna look for security.
Okay. Could you roll me an investigation?
Okay. That is 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough.
You don't see very many security cameras on the outside. It appears they really do want it to just look like a warehouse. And maybe too much surveillance equipment might destroy that imagery.
Well, any security cameras that connect Lowen is probably going to take out.
Okay. You don't see a lot, but the few that you do see, you can take out.
Can I take them out in such a way that they're not looking like they've been tampered with, but they're just like going offline?
For that, do me a... Ooh. Let's do a change the game for this. Roll me a change the game.
8.
8. Okay. Yes. You do manage to... Essentially, you do manage to disconnect them in such a way that it doesn't overly make them look like they're tampered with. You do have to disconnect them. That in itself gives into it that a smart enough person could figure out that, oh, well, someone disconnected this. There's not really a way to just be like, haha, super secret virus, boom, camera no longer works. Especially seeing as you don't have a laptop on you at the moment. And you don't have the Wi-Fi password. That's the big one. Always make sure you get a Wi-Fi password from the gangsters you're trying to hack. In that, though, you manage to disconnect them in such a way, though, that it might look like maybe a bird did this, or maybe the wire just got a little bit loose.
A really hungry rat got up on the wiring.
Yeah, but like I said, a smart enough technician, though, might be able to notice when trying to repair them. But other than that, some random person walking by won't be like, oh, look, that security camera's been fucked with. I will also say, though, that you're smart enough to take out the data card so that they don't see your face when you're messing with the cameras.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
These are mine now. Do, do, do.
So in that, is the white lady phasing through the door to open the door, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
She got to phase through in like a crouched position. Just keep a low profile as she enters.
Okay.
And taking a thingy from Glowing there, her first port of call is to just see if there are any security cams on the inside or in that specific area.
You could also roll me an investigate.
Let's see what's the sheet. There it is. Investigate. Any power to that?
Yes, if I remember correctly, you might get one. Yes, yeah, you do get one power because you are naturally an investigator.
Okay. Investigate.
So that's about 8. Okay. Yes, you do. You do manage to see some of the security cameras, able to stay out of view as you're able to quickly phase through them, reach in, take the data card, and then phase out with the data card.
Yep.
I should
She's
describe
actually-
this room a little bit, though, to you, shouldn't I? This room is separated from the rest of the warehouse via glass walls. There's a glass door with what appears to be a card reader. And this room appears to be very reminiscent of a biochemistry lab of sorts. It's a little bit dimmer in this room than it is in the rest of the warehouse, to which you can see. You can also see beyond the glass the horrific sight of the hospital beds with the various amounts of people within them.
It seems like what they're producing. What the fuck is beyond that? Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, right, door. She'll go over to try and unlock the door.
Alrighty. As you unlock the door and open it up, Lowen, the door is open and you're free to enter.
Enter I do.
Don't worry, I've already disabled the cameras in here. Be careful, it does seem like it's a production place, but just try and not look beyond that.
Try not to look beyond.
This room that we're in right now. Through that door. Yeah, let's just try and find what we're looking for. Also, these data cards should come in handy. If people have been entering here, we may be able to get some more information from them.
Literally not Lowen was about to eat one. She puts them in her pocket.
I mean, the ones from the outside probably won't have too much information.
Ah, cool. They're not plastic. Good.
Going off previous experience, as well as just general knowledge, you're looking for stairs that go upwards to like some kind of farm and office kind of thing. For any information, so we should probably start there.
Alright then. See those.
Alrighty.
We'll look for some stairs.
Alrighty. So we're going to change once again to the Overwatch group. Seth and Kira. What are you two doing?
I was going to look for a place that had a good vantage point of the door, but now that they went inside, I think we're kind of useless at this point.
Could you roll me, Actually, you don't need to roll me anything for this. Although I would say still look for the vantage point, and I would say there's several key ones. Although you can't get to the roofs of the warehouses, there are several spots that you can sit. There's, of course, the gateway entrance that you can be at. You can also be within the car itself and watch from in there. And you can also be like several warehouses down, kind of like slanted over Scooby-Doo style, watching out. It's all up to you two, how you two want to do that.
Well, where do you want to go?
She looks at him. I excel best in the shadows. So, wherever, I guess. I don't really do plans much.
Is it day or night?
It's currently night.
Okay. Well, you're just in luck. There's shadows everywhere. It's nighttime.
She's going to look at him. Don't make me fucking touchy. You're really getting on my nerves. Because to be honest, I kind of feel stupid out here, just standing around doing fuck all.
As
where's
you
the
say
closest
that,
point to the door
that
that would be safe for us?
would be safe for you. I would say. That's a good question. The technicality of safe for us.
Okay.
I would state maybe like a couple warehouses, like maybe like the next warehouse down, hiding in the shadow of that. There would also be maybe like some garbage or machines like what's the things that go beep beep as they go backwards carrying boxes? What are those called again?
Forklifts.
There we go, forklifts. Thank you. There'd maybe be like a forklift
that's a
that you could
lift
hide
bike.
behind. It all depends. There'd be like a couple mechanical vehicles and stuff that you could hide behind.
Okay. Probably gonna try like a forklift or some such that's close-ish around the door.
Okay. In that, could both of you roll me a sneak around then, since you're trying to be more
Oh,
stealthy
shit.
with this?
We have to do roll 20 roll.
No, yes.
And I still don't understand that all the way.
So,
roll for
looking at Seth's first.
I can do mine, I think.
Yeah, I'm just looking at how much power you get for sneaking around. I believe you get. I mean, that works. You got juicy. Holy shit. You roll terribly as Taniri, and then when you roll as Seth, what the fuck, man?
Look. Don't give me sass, damn it.
So, for that, you get some juice. Other people have gotten juice. I will configure all of your juice at the end of the session. I'll give it all to you then. But
And let's be honest, if I rolled well as Taneri,
it wouldn't be as
we
fun.
don't.
Yeah. So yeah, you're managing to stay hidden. Chocobo. To roll on your character sheet, you see the little box in the top right that says power.
Yeah.
In the plus of that, based off of your power tags, what would support your stealth, you would get. I'm going to say you'd get 1 power at the moment, from your street grit. And then you would go ahead and you would just go ahead and click on sneak around after you add that 1 to the plus box. There you go. And then you just click sneak around.
I'm doing this on my phone, so it might be a bit janky.
Actually worked on mine.
You failed twice somehow, going 7 to 6. It's okay. I'm going to let you re-roll that. Because this is, I think, Kira's first roll.
Yeah, no, the first one was with trying to get out.
Don't correct me allowing you to re-roll. I'm being nice here. Re-roll. Janky phone.
Did it pop up?
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if the. Okay, cool. Well, you failed 3 times, but it's okay. It was destined. It was destined for Kira, as both of you are hiding. One of you hiding a little bit better. A car, a black SUV, rolls up from the gate of the warehouses to the warehouse, the lights turning off as the engine turns off. The back door of this car is opened as a tall figure walks out. You can't really make out many details of this individual from the darkness, but you can almost swear that he's got a beak of some sort, like a crane. And that his height is a little too unnaturally tall. But this individual begins...
You just described Big Bird from Elmo.
I did. Congratulations. The true enemy all along was Big Bird. He begins to walk towards as 3 of the golden masked mobsters begin to exit the vehicle as well as they begin to walk. As your attention is focused on him, Kira, you hear as you just slightly move your hand down the vehicle as you're trying to get a better look, moving your body and your hand just instinctually moving as it accidentally presses down on one of the levers, which you feel, as you had moved your hand sort of in this unconscious way, the lever, you hear a click as it moves down. Luckily, the vehicle is not on at the moment, so it would not do anything, but the click is just loud enough that you see that the beaked individual in the darkness, you see that their head shifts, and they say something in Russian. And one of the golden masked individuals looks from them over to the area, brandishes a pistol, and he begins to walk over towards you, over towards the vehicle. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna pull out my dart gun.
Alrighty. Are you firing on him?
Not yet,
Okay.
but it's ready.
Okay.
Seth is still hidden, yes?
Yes, Seth is still hidden.
Okay, he's going to draw his revolver and continue to stay there.
Mm-hmm. This individual begins to near closer and closer the vehicle with Kira behind it. Kira, are you wanting to wait behind this vehicle, or are you wanting to attempt to move to a different one, or what are you wanting to do?
How close is he to me?
He is close enough that if you were to look over the vehicle, he'd be able to see you. He's about 10 feet away from the vehicle.
Are there any pebbles around?
Yeah, the warehouses have a gravel road.
She's gonna pick up a pebble and she's gonna throw it further down the road so he passes the forklift.
Okay. Clever. Okay. As you toss the pebble, he sort of stops. And he begins to move further down the road, past the forklift. I should state, the moment that he gets past the forklift, if he was to turn around, he would be able to see you. If you're staying behind the forklift.
Well, she has a clear shot, so she's going to basically take aim with her dart gun.
Can we fight for who goes first here? Or roll initiative or whatever?
So there's not initiative in this game. It's based off of its reactions to what you guys do. So it'd be up to you two. If Kira, you want to let Seth go first, or if Seth, you want to let Kira go first, that's up to you two.
Well, as soon as Seth sees him being so close and his back to them, he's going to come around the side of the vehicle and try and come up behind him.
Okay.
Does Kira see that?
Yeah, I'd say Kira, you could see what Seth is doing.
She's gonna point to his revolver and kind of make a her hand exploding noise and point to her ear. And then she's gonna point to her dart gun and put her finger to her lips.
Seth glances to her, seeing what she's trying to say, but doesn't make any notion that he's going to say anything back, I guess. But what Seth is going to do is he's going to come up behind the guy, put his left hand over his mouth, and shove the revolver in his back, and just drag him back behind the vehicle.
For this, I need you to roll me a take a risk.
Okay.
That sounds cool.
Yes.
And as I'm doing this, by the way, he's whispering in his ear, "Yell out, and I'll kill you."
Okay.
Frustratingly seeing this, Kira is going to turn towards the mouth of the alley, seeing if the two cronies are following the crane dude.
It wasn't the crane dude that went over to there. It was one of the cronies. There were three. The crane dude is still looking over there. As you bring the dude into the shadows, he's going to look over there. You're going to hear him say something in Russian again. And
Wait, so he saw me do that?
Yeah, I mean, that was just kind of right there in the open. They were looking towards the area. He's going to say something in Russian. The other two are going to grab their guns, and you're going to see the crane dude. You are going to see the crane dude open the door. He is going to slip inside as two more mobsters are going to come out with the golden masks. And we're going to switch scenes. Seth, gumshoe detective extraordinaire, forgets line of sight's a thing and that you can see somebody moving in the distance.
Lived on the street for her entire life.
This is hard when I don't have a visual representation.
That is true. I will make sure for the next situation like this that I'll have some sort of map. I do apologize. In that though, we are switching scenes to Nora and the doctor.
Oh boy.
As you two are led up the stairs to an office, there's a soft knocking sound. As the golden masked mobster knocks, you hear a very... Come in! He opens the door, and you see a very normal warehouse office. A desk, the sort of wooden desk, a computer on one side, a cup of coffee on the other. A very sweet coffee, by the way. Like, you can smell how sweet it is from here. It's got that sort of sickly...
Here's something I found on the web. According to agullet.org.
Computer, stop!
It just wants to help. It wants to help you.
I know, he was trying to help me. I said computer. Computer, stop! That's his name. So, there's this sickly sweet smell emanating the air of the coffee. And as you enter, the man stands up. This very gruff, large, burly man, wearing a sort of leather jacket with what appears to be a rather nice polo underneath. Very almost 80s, 90s kind of mobster look. Like it's, I said leather jacket, but it's more of an actual, like a jumpsuit. As he kind of reaches up, he reaches his hand out. Well, welcome to the apothecary. Hope you like the sights. Come here on business?
Aye, we're here on business, my dear.
Well, name's Johnny Carmichael. You are?
My name is Nora O'Cleary.
Oh, okay. Pleasure. The pleasure is mine, Miss O'Cleary. And your friend here?
My name is Dr. A.
We're using...
He just doesn't actually like to talk much.
It's fair, that's fair. I don't judge. Except I do judge. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, he's going to sit back down on his office chair as he kind of brings his hands together. What brings a fine pair of youngsters like you to a place like this?
Well, you see, we heard that... Well, I guess it is that we want to, per se, get into business with you. I have my contacts at a lot of the high-end clubs in town. Clubs that your fellows have trouble probably getting into. And I can see that such an intelligent, handsome fellow as yourself must have a good nose for business and opportunities when he sees them.
Oh, well, flattery will get you everywhere, ma'am. I do have a good nose for business, and I must admit sometimes it's harder getting into the more higher-end clubs. But how exactly would you assist us? Like, just getting us in connection, or what's in it for you, is what I'm asking here.
Well, see, I could take a few of your people in as entourage. They could sell to the clientele. And I get a cut.
I see. And how big of a cut you wantin'?
Probably round about, I'd say 50.
50. I'm a fair man, I will admit. I don't get the right to decide on the pricings. I'm not the one with the final say. But
And
I'd
here I
say
brought up talking boss.
I am the boss. But every boss has their own boss. He kind of brings up his coffee mug, that sickly sweet smell, as he sort of stirs it a bit with one of the stirring rods. Takes a slight drink. Arietum,
Yes.
you would notice as some of the coffee kind of drizzles, there is a lighter color to the coffee. As he kind of puts it back down, a more reddish color as he kind of wipes his mouth with a handkerchief a bit, kind of puts it back in his tracksuit. Look, I can't guarantee 50%. That's a pretty big climb, but I could guarantee 25, 15. I mean, if you're really feeling generous, I could guarantee 15, but I could ask for 25.
The doctor will chime in at this point. I'm not much for words, but what is in that cup?
Oh, a little bit of a home mixture. Coffee, my own personal blend.
I'm quite curious what the blend is. It smells divine.
Oh, it does smell divine. Although it's of acquired taste, my friend. You might not like it as much.
Me. I've acquired many tastes.
Okay. Well, if you feel you're that strong, he's going to motion for one of the other golden masks to bring over another cup of coffee. Feel free and take a drink.
The doctor, using his using his visage of undeath, is going to look around at kind of nonchalantly for souls to motion if it's safe in some manner to drink, or maybe even a beckoning voice.
There are no souls in this room. But as you use your vision on undeath, could you roll me an investigation, please?
Yes, I can. Is that with any modifiers or just straight?
We'll do it with one power.
Okay. That is a 9.
You don't see any souls. That doesn't mean you don't see dead things. The guard, along with the other 2 guards, are dead. Somewhere's between half dead and dead. And Carmichael is like a void in this room. A void of life. And for the first time, you notice Carmichael's eyes are very bright gray, almost pale. And his skin is also very pale. And as this coffee mug is placed in front of you, this sickly sweet smell has another smell. The scent of iron.
Nora will just be kind of looking like she's thinking, and then take a step closer if he'll allow it.
The doctor is holding the mug, as one would hold a cup of Brazilian coffee, and he is stirring it and just kind of eyeing it over. I do believe I know what your secret ingredient is, sir.
Oh? Well, it's a secret, so I'd keep it as such.
I wouldn't dare share such a thing. And I am going to try to pull Tethys.
Okay. As you do that, what are you doing, Nora?
She's gonna look like she's thinking. She's gonna take a step closer if Carmichael will allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of giving him a look that says, "Can I approach?" sort of thing.
He shrugs. As he does, could you go ahead and roll me a change the game -1, Trent?
1. Oh.
Was that me rolling change the game?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he will let you approach Nora.
So I got a 12, but with the -1, it's an 11.
Okay.
Kind of leans forward a bit. And kind of pushing a bit more power into her voice now. Kind of like, well, of course, I'd prefer the 20%, 25%. But maybe you could convince me to take the lower number by showing me around a bit of your operation. If you really are a boss. Here.
If you were trying to convince him, roll convince. In this, you do manage to pull up Tethys, Doc.
Okay.
Do I get any plus?
Yes, you do get the what is it? The +2, I believe.
Just checking.
Mm-hmm.
How does Tethys respond to me pulling her up?
There's a warmth, a very almost sterile warmth. There's this calmness in your mind. There's not a voice, but there is a presence.
Yes.
In
that realm, when he pulls Tethys up, he's going to say, "You are one of my favorites." And he's simply going to give the singular instruction of "heal me" as I drink.
Very well. As you drink, you feel nothing. And she states, I don't think you need to be healed. But as you drink, there's a strong taste of iron, of coffee, of something else. Something you've only tasted when someone's smacked you hard enough, or when you lost a tooth as a kid, or when you accidentally cut the inside of your mouth. Mixed in with the taste of coffee and sweetener is the taste of blood. Nora.
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to convince him, he smiles. There's no change in how he looks at you, though. Not like others when you use your voice.
Yeah.
But he smiles, this wide smile, and you can see his teeth, very bright, well taken care of teeth, and a little bit sharper too. As he stands up. Well, it would be my delight to show you around my fair establishment.
Oh, why, thank you very much, my friend.
Oh, you're very welcome, my dear. And you too, Dr. A, was it?
Dr. A.
Are you Canadian?
Dr. A, yes. No. Surprisingly, though, you are the first to ask that.
Well, I enjoy being unique. Anyways, come on. Feel free to come on down. And he begins to lead you out of the office, downstairs. And as you do...
I will note, just so that you're aware of it, he does not put Tethys back after he's done drinking.
Okay.
He keeps her up.
Getting him out of the office
He's
is
not
exactly what to do.
he's not like working Tethys or anything like that at the moment, but he is keeping her up and keeping her active in the event that he does need her, because she doesn't show, if that makes sense. Like, you get Hyperion, you're gonna glow like light.
Hers is much
like
more
she's one of the few ones. Yeah, it doesn't show on his body, and it is a good safety net if one of us needs something.
As he brings you two down, and as the two sneak around, just sneaking up another set of stairs, you hear as the other door opens, and you hear in a Russian accent, "To arms! There are fucking intruders outside!" And you see,
Intruders,
standing at the door, is a tall individual in a black fur coat. In his hand is a cane as he's leaning heavily, and on his face is a combination of a gas mask and a plague doctor mask.
I was like, intruders? I thought this was a secure operation.
At this, Carmichael will look at you. Oh, it's secure! In the sense that anybody that tries to intrude gets their fucking arms chopped off. Larry, take some of the boys outside. Fill them with lead, put them in the baskets.
Well, we have some issues.
Just some?
Just
Yeah.
like, apparently Nora's like,
The
oh shit.
stealthy
oh
one do
shit,
their
oh
stealth
shit."
job.
And congratulations, this is the perfect distraction we need. Now let's go, Lauren.
Marvelous.
As Lowen and White Lady, as you walk up the stairs, as you make it to the second office, and as you enter the second office, the door already unlocked. There is already somebody standing at the desk, their back turned to you, but as the door creaks open, the wide, smiled, pale face of a bald man in a pinstripe suit holding several papers looks at you. First at Lowen, but then the gaze lingers on the White Lady.
He just watches. I think we got the wrong room. Closes the door, walks off.
As you do, the power to the complex goes out.
Well, fuck.
The warehouse is dark as you hear machines turned off. And that's where we're ending it for the night.
I don't think we're the only ones here
Dun
investigating.
dun dun.
Once internal, oh shit is now like, oh fuck.